General Hospital spoilers hint that Danny Morgan's restraining order violation could be an issue. Will Willow Kane threaten Alexis Davis's grandson as part of her next power play? As the week of February 2nd to 6th kicks off, GH spoilers say Willow will turn to Alexis once again. Alexis may try to wash her hands of Willow and all her legal drama, but Willow will want Alexis to help her reunite with her kids. Nothing matters more to Willow than spending time with Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, so it looks like she'll be willing to exploit Danny and Scout Quartermain's dilemma. Willow might start by suggesting that if Alexis pulls off an Amelia and Wiley reunion for her, then she'll let Scout see Danny. However, if Willow doesn't get the reunion she's after, then she may hint that Danny and Scout won't get one either. Alexis may be appalled over Willow trying to manipulate the situation using her grandchildren, but Willow may not stop there. We can't forget Willow knows Danny violated the restraining order over the holidays when he played in the snow with Scout. Willow might remind Alexis that she let Danny hang out with Scout while knowing it wasn't allowed. It won't look good for any of them if Willow turns Danny in and stirs up legal problems. Willow may wonder if Alexis really wants to traumatize Scout any further and put Danny through a terrible ordeal of his own. Alexis may have to come through for Willow, so that could result in her pleading with Michael Corinthos to compromise. Michael may land in a tight spot if he controls Danny's fate and whether things get better or worse for Scout. Willow's going to have the upper hand here, but how long will she keep it? Will Michael find a way to strike back in the not-too-distant future? General Hospital spoilers say Willow and Michael have much more conflict ahead of them, so stay tuned for updates on any other shocking news to come. General Hospital spoilers update for Monday, February 2nd, reveals that Alexis Davis will tackle a new Willow Kane problem while Britt Westbourne's freedom plan goes wrong. Brooklyn Quartermain will also panic over some scary news, so here's what GH fans can expect. At the Quartermain mansion, Giovanni Gio, Palmieri, and Emma Scorpio Drake will assume Tracy Quartermain is mad at them, so Brooklyn Quartermain and Harrison Chase will wonder why. After Emma and Gio explain Tracy's Q family heirloom mission, they'll admit they faced a snowy roadblock and couldn't help her as planned. Since there'll be no sign of Tracy anywhere on the Quartermain property, Brooklyn will freak out and insist they have to locate her grandmother. However, Tracy may eventually walk in or at least get in touch after her night with Martin Gray at Drew Kane's house. Things didn't go as planned for Tracy, and they won't go as planned for Britt either when she parts ways with Jason Morgan. Although Jason will play up Britt's first step toward freedom, she's going to run into some trouble right off the bat. Britt will discover something that leaves her deeply disturbed, so it sounds like director Ross Cullum will shake up her world again. At some point, Emma will receive a pivotal phone call. Will it involve a legitimate Anna Devane hint or perhaps fake intel that'll send her on a wild goose chase? As for Lucas Jones, it appears Marco Rios will shut down his hope of moving them to a new apartment. Marco's insistence on staying at Windermere should baffle Lucas, but Marco may feel like he needs to stay close to Sidwell and help him keep a grip on everything. Other GH spoilers say Willow will corner Alexis and most likely push for assistance regarding her children. Since Willow is desperate to see Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, she'll rely on Alexis to make that happen. Alexis may argue that Willow should find another attorney, but Willow will want Alexis since she pulled off a win in Drew's shooting case. Willow's about to sink pretty low, so she may use Scout Quartermain and Danny Morgan's situation as leverage. If Alexis doesn't pitch in and help Willow score visitation with her own kids, Willow may not be willing to let Danny see Scout. Furthermore, Willow could perhaps turn Danny in for violating the restraining order back during the holidays. Alexis may have no choice but to go along with Willow's demand if she wants to reunite Scout with her big brother and keep Danny out of trouble. At Sonny Corinthos' place, Michael Corinthos will blow his top. It looks like Alexis may get in touch with Michael for Willow and wonder if she can negotiate a compromise. Michael won't want Willow hiding behind her lawyer and will make it clear that she needs to speak with him directly. Sonny will sense that more legal help is needed, so he'll hire Rick Lansing and push him to show off his skills. General Hospital spoilers suggest Rick will presumably get on board once Sonny talks him into it, so stay tuned for updates on his next move. The General Hospital preview for the week of February 2nd hints Willow Kane will decide to switch gears in dealing with Michael Corinthos. Also coming up, Jason Morgan will run a chilling theory by Dante Falconeri. Plus, Anna Devane will beg Felicia Scorpio for help. GH spoilers tease Jason has promised to help Britt Westbourne get out of the dangerous situation she's found herself in. Last week, she confessed that if she doesn't comply, she'll be cut off from her medication. Of course, this will all lead Jason to a shocking conclusion, which he'll share with a skeptical Dante. Faison is still alive, he says in the GH Weekly preview. Immediately after Jason's statement, the preview shows Nathan West. Could he somehow be channeling Caesar Faison? Over with Anna, who'd be desperate to escape the tunnels beneath Windermere Castle. She'll have another delusion, believing Felicia has shown up in the room she's locked in. "You have to get me out of here." A highly emotional Anna will plead with her friend. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis will be forced to represent Willow, and she'll greet her, Michael, and Rick Lansing at her office. "Let's get started," she'll tell them. Michael, Willow, and their attorneys will sit down to discuss the children's custody, but things won't go the way Willow was hoping. "I begged Michael for peace," a furious Willow will later confide to Nina Reeves. "It's time for something stronger." Then the preview shows Willow holding a key, preparing her next move. But what is Willow plotting to do to her ex-husband? She's already gotten away with shooting and poisoning Drew Kane, which caused him to have a massive stroke. So, is Willow planning a similar fate for Michael? At any rate, it looks like a great week is coming up. Keep reading the Soap Scoop for more General Hospital spoilers and news. And make sure you join our free GH Facebook group. General Hospital star James Patrick Stewart took the time to speak about his encounter with actress Catherine O'Hara, who passed away on January 30th. News of the passing of Hollywood legend Catherine O'Hara shocked TV audiences and movie fans alike. Her career was impressive, including roles in iconic movies such as the Home Alone franchise and Beetlejuice. However, she was also a TV actress, starring on Schitt's Creek for its entire run. Grey star James Patrick Stewart joined in on remembering the actress by sharing his experience working with O'Hara on a pilot nearly 2 decades ago. He wrote about a time when she comforted him while they were shooting a pilot in the late 2000s. Stewart opened up about hitting 40 in Hollywood, and O'Hara mentioned similar feelings. The soap star acknowledged that some of their best moments took place after that chance meeting during the pilot filming. Stewart wrote in part, "That day I was fearful, in a way only another actor could understand. Catherine was kind enough to listen and offer comfort. I will keep that moment in my heart, under pure grace." After Stewart's encounter with O'Hara, he landed the role of Valentine on GH. It's a role he's played for a decade. Valentine has come and gone while Stewart worked on other projects, but now he's back in Port Charles and has teamed up with an unlikely ally. No one could have seen Carly teaming up with him, but they are in it deep. His stance against the WSB and Brennan was made clear when he took the fall and ended up in Steinmauer after being on the run. Now that he has returned to Port Charles and is hiding in Carly's attic, the drama has escalated. Over the years, Stewart has been given great material to work with, but his pairing with Anna has been a fan favorite. Despite his web of deceit, their chemistry and love story was one that viewers could root for. It was shocking to learn that his daughter, Charlotte, was the one who was stalking Anna, which led to her being shot and straining the relationship between the two. With sweeps around the corner, there is hope that Valentine will be able to leave Carly's attic and not end up on the receiving end of Brennan's wrath. At the very least, he deserves to reunite with Charlotte for an extended period. In the latest General Hospital spoilers video preview, Jason claims Faison is alive, Anna pleads with Felicia, and Willow pivots as the custody battle for Wiley and Amelia nears. Will Michael be prepared? Here's the breakdown for the week of February 2nd to 6th, 2026. Jason kicks off the promo with a bold statement. He tells Dante that Faison is still alive. Sure, Britt told him she's working on Faison's final project, but there's no way he believes that the criminal mastermind is alive and kicking and unleashing more evil on this world. Faison doesn't need to be alive to do that when he has a cult of people who will do it in his name. Additionally, it's interesting that Jason turns to Dante. He's not really one to work with the cops, but to help remove Britt from her awful situation, he will do anything. And why is it that after Jason says Faison is still alive, we see a shot of Nathan? Inquiring minds would like to know. Maybe we're about to get answers on Nathan and how in the world he came back from the dead. With Jason helping Britt and turning to the PCPD, this could mean there will be a development with Anna and her captivity. "You have to get me out of here," she yells to Felicia. Felicia's face looks super emotional as Anna pleads with her, but is this for real? Or is this just another one of her drugged-up visions? Hopefully, this is the week Anna goes free. Let's get started, Alexis states as Michael and Willow's custody battle begins with Rick representing Willow, and it's looking like Willow is about to play dirty to get what she wants, Wiley and Amelia. "I begged Michael for peace," she tells Nina. "It's time for something stronger." And whatever that stronger thing is, it has something to do with a key. Willow is fresh off a couple of big wins. She escaped the attempted murder trial with a not guilty verdict. Then she injected Drew, causing a massive stroke. What is the key to winning custody of Amelia and Wiley? And when will Willow be stopped? The General Hospital spoilers for Monday, February 2nd, 2026 focus on Willow playing dirty. Meanwhile, Alexis is dismayed and Lucas is thrown. From the looks of the weekly spoilers, it appears Dark Willow is sticking around. She has already shot Drew twice in the back and did her best to frame Michael for her trouble. She tricked the jury into thinking she really was that sweet, victimized nurse she portrayed, and they handed her a not guilty verdict. Shortly after, she injected Drew with a syringe, and whatever was in that thing gave him a massive stroke. With Drew out of the way, expect Willow to continue to play dirty. She probably thinks she still has to deal with Michael and make sure he goes down for the crime that she committed but brilliantly escaped conviction. Now that she's no longer in danger of going to prison, one of her goals is to get her kids back. And Michael is simply an obstacle that she must eliminate. Does she deal with him on Monday? Or does her focus turn to someone or something else? Maybe she needs to tie up loose ends. Britt is in an impossible situation, but she finally let Jason in on the hell that her life has been. The two really talked and connected, and they are in a better place, while they work together to get her out from under the thumbs of Sidwell and Cullum. They have to pretend they are still on the outs. On Monday, look for Britt to make another upsetting discovery. What does she find? And will she be able to turn to Jason for help dealing with this latest find? Meanwhile, Emma is worried about her grandmother. She has no idea where Anna is, and it has been too long since she has heard from her. But the teaser suggests that she is about to get an important call. Maybe it's Nathan with an update on the search for Anna. Obviously, we'd love it if Anna is somehow able to contact her granddaughter herself. Or someone who has information about Anna is able to reach out. Best case scenario, if Anna can't save herself, then maybe Britt or Joss or someone finds her and gets the word out. The teaser suggests that Lucas is thrown. This may mean he stumbles upon something surprising and not in a good way. Right now, he is blissfully unaware that his boyfriend is knee-deep in his father's criminal empire. He's making threats, he's blackmailing, and he's going above his father's head to order him to permanently dispose of Sonny Corinthos, something his dad isn't ready for. Thank you very much. Yet Lucas is living at Windermere drinking wine and martinis with Ava and Joss and missing all the red flags that are flying around. So what throws him on Monday? Does he actually get a peek at this darker side of Marco? One can only hope, because Lucas needs to get out of Windermere sooner rather than later. Finally, Alexis should be happy. She has carte blanche to see Scout again. Sure, she still feels she has to keep Scout away from her brother, even though Drew is indisposed. But being able to care for her granddaughter again is a beautiful thing. Then why is Alexis dismayed? It could have something to do with the fact that Willow is walking around a free woman. After all, Alexis knows the truth. She is well aware of how Willow is actually the guilty party in Drew's shooting. And she can't do anything about it, especially since the cops will be turning their attention to Michael soon. General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 2nd to 6th, 2026 tease discoveries, targets, and stunning awakenings. Britt has been a handful for everyone around her lately, mainly because of the way Sidwell, Cullum, and Marco keep attempting to uproot her life. She finally told Jason everything he needs to hear to save her, but will it be too late once she makes an upsetting discovery on Monday? This discovery leads to a desperate Britt, and possibly a torn Jason on Tuesday. By the end of the week, Britt is the one pushing back, and hopefully this time it's at her bosses rather than the man who's only trying to help her. Now that ADA Turner was faced with a losing case in court, she'll do anything to win, including trying Michael for Drew's shooting. After Michael is interrogated on Tuesday, Jason and Sunny will be left strategizing their next move while Diane makes her concerns about her client's herd. Michael will be left confiding in his parents and Brooke Lynn throughout the week, all while Chase has another anger-driven moment. Willow will start the week playing dirty before her beloved husband wakes up on Thursday, stunned by his new life. Midweek will find Nathan and Lulu both spilling their feelings to respective confidants, while Kai has some explaining to do to Trina. All this while Jacinda and Christina keep up their friendship and catch up on the latest in their lives, like Michael's new trouble and Christina's little push to Molly's manuscript. General Hospital's Nathan and Lulu were stuck in the Bad Gen Cafe during the blizzard, waiting on word about Charlotte and killing time the way people do when there's nothing to solve in the moment. They agreed to play the game Two Truths and a Lie, and as a result, Nathan ended up reciting the periodic table much to Lulu's shock. When she asked how he knew it, he said his father drilled it into him, which went against what Lulu knew about him. Nathan described his childhood in practical terms, explaining that his father pushed him into science because he was bad at math and needed to be useful. That word sat there between them without either of them reaching for it. Lulu pointed out that he'd previously said his father was barely around, the kind of inconsistency that usually invites explanation. Nathan didn't push back or correct it, allowing both versions of his childhood to sit there without trying to line them up. That was the part that felt off. Not the facts themselves, but how easily they were delivered, as if the emotional context had been removed long ago. The way he was talking felt as if he was speaking from Faison's perspective, not Nathan's. It was like Faison going on about his own father's mistreatment and emphasis on science. The way Nathan spoke didn't change as the story continued. There was no pause to consider what it meant or how it might have shaped him. The recitation carried the same steady tone from start to finish, giving the impression that it lived somewhere separate from reflection. Faison had always defined people by what they could provide, not who they were, and that logic hovered in the background of Nathan's explanation without ever being named. Even when Lulu pushed back, calling out the cruelty of a parent who measured worth by productivity, Nathan absorbed the defense calmly, almost distantly. The scene never insisted on its own importance. It didn't stop to underline what viewers were meant to take from it. The conversation drifted forward, but the residue stayed behind, attached to the idea that some of what Nathan carried wasn't memory in the usual sense. Gage allowed the moment to remain unsettled. No explanation arrived to smooth it over. No revelation rushed in to give it shape. It was left as an impression, one that suggested that whatever Nathan survived may have brought something else back with him. Something learned through repetition rather than love, still operating quietly beneath the surface. General Hospital spoilers reveal that the town of Port Charles is in the middle of a raging snowstorm, and daytime fans know what that means. Snow angels, as in snowed-in soap babies. Several PC couples and uncouples are snowed in together, and some made bold moves toward intimacy. Because this is a soap opera, we put nothing past the writers who can undo infertility at the snap of a test result. Plus, there's always surrogacy and adoption. Let's break down who is most likely to show up with a baby 9 months from now. Carly and Valentine, or Jack, Carly Spencer, and Valentine Cassadine are in her house where Valentine has been allowed to come down from the attic when Jack Brennan pops up. Carly and Valentine were looking mighty cozy before this, but who's to say that Carly won't have a baby with Brennan? In fact, this would be deliciousness at its best since she and Val are working to take down Brennan. Can you imagine the soapy complications that unfold if she found out she was about to have another WSB baby? Gio and Emma. Emma Scorpio Drake and Gio Palmieri are snowed in at Anna Devane's place. This young couple are just getting started on the road to romance. Do you think that they are ready for an unplanned baby? Molly and Cody. And then there's Molly Lansing Davis and Casey, Cody Bell. Of all the couples, they seem the most suited to parenthood. While in the stables during the storm, Molly even brought up her painful past with TJ Ashford. Medical miracles and medical mistakes happen. Do you think that Molly and Cody should have a baby together? There is always Molly's fallback, surrogate sister Christina Corinthos. Jason and Britt. We know of no reason that Britt can't get pregnant, although she may not want to given her Huntington's disease. But as we mentioned, there are surrogates and adoption as options. We have a feeling that after the truth bomb Britt dropped on Jason during the blizzard that they become closer than ever. Would a baby cement their relationship? Lulu and Nathan Lulu Spencer and Nathan West kissed before coming to their senses. Does this mean a hookup is inevitable? With Maxie Jones coming out of her coma soon, would she view a conception between Nathan and Lulu a blessing or something else? Tell us what you think about a snowstorm baby being conceived during the latest PC blizzard. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with General Hospital right now.